Hello chatterbox out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my Wednesday afternoon, my Thursday and my Friday. So on my Wednesday afternoon I went off for a walk and went off to get my older brother a coat he'd seen in the child shop the other day when we went out for food and wanted me to go up and try and get it for him. So I went in and looked around, found it, but it was a little bit expensive, and I rang up home and said how I found it and said how much it was, and then they were like, no, it's too much. So I texted my older brother and was like, so it's this amount, would you like me to still get it for you? And I went off to my favourite little coffee shop and had a bit of Victoria sponge cake and a gingerbread hot chocolate that I'm going to show you guys now. I then got a message from him and he was like, yeah, I would really like it if you could buy it for me and you'd pay me back. So he's going to be giving me that money back, and I said it's your early birthday present because his birthday's in August and it's only February, so I was like, a very early birthday present for you. So I left my bit of cake and hot chocolate in the coffee shop and I was like, do you mind if I just quickly pop up and get this coat? And so I quickly ran up, bought the coat and brought it back to the cafe, had my bit of cake and hot chocolate, and the lady working there who I used to work with, she's so lovely and kindly gave me a shopping bag so I could bring this coat home because it was literally ginormous. And then on the way back I got this flower stamp from one of the flower shops in the high street, which is so beautiful, and I'm going to show you guys that now. Such lovely flowers. Then I got home and my younger sister's friend was over and they'd gone off out. They got back and I introduced myself and he stayed for a bit. He did went off home. I then watched the Aussie soaps, wrote a bit of my journal, watched Escape to the Country, just a bit of music, did some drawing and a bit of colouring in. Older brother got back from work and my younger brother as well. And then I got myself ready for work and was doing 6 till close. I got dropped to work, I got clocked in and was serving lots of food and drinks, cleaning tables, and I had one of those days where we all have one of those days where we just aren't like awake, and I made a few mistakes here and there and was just not with it, and it was just really frustrating and I was just so tired, but got through it, which is the main thing, and I managed to sort out the little hiccups that I made. And I also got to have one of the biscotti cupcakes that our manager had made. He makes most of the cakes in the cake stall like area for cakes, and they were going out of date the next day, so me and my colleague who I closed with got to take a load of those home, and I had one of those with a cup of tea that I'm going to show you guys now. Oh my god, I love Biscoff, it's so good. Me and one of my colleagues who I get on really well with, we closed up and by like 10 we were done and dusted, and it was quite a chilled shift, and my older sister picked me up and kindly dropped my colleague home, so we dropped her back home and got back. My older sister went off home, I got changed, and then for tea I had pasta bake that my younger sister had made for us, which was so good, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. Love it, it was extra cheesy. I then watched the newest episode of RuPaul's Drag Race UK versus the World. I then watched the UK soaps, finished my life journal, I put that away, and then on my Thursday I got up after a nice line, had the day off. I had some raisin bread and a cup of tea, and the guy came and finally fixed our shower. I'm just so happy about that because we've had to use a hose pipe and attach it to the shower head and attach the hose to the hot and cold tap and be like using it that way, like turning the hot tap, the not cold tap, and then the hose would make the water from the taps come out the shower head. So now we can actually have proper showers again, and I was delighted. So I had my first proper shower in ages, and it beeped a bit, and I was like, oh my god, please don't break again, please don't break again, because it's broken so many times and it's just beeped and beeped and beeped. But luckily, fingers crossed, touch wood, it has been working really well. So I was able to have a shower, get changed, listen to a bit of music. My mum had got up because my dad was at work and then he'd gone off fishing, and the others were all at work, and I had no idea what the problem was. So of course my mum got up and was like explaining it to the guy who came to fix the shower, and yeah, I didn't have the foggiest. I then went up to my workplace to meet my ex-colleague, and we had a nice catch up. We were there with his fiance and his fiance's ex-colleague, so it was an ex-colleague catch up, and I had a toasted tea cake, a cup of tea and a fresh OJ. I'm going to show you guys a photo of what I had there now. It was so good, and I'm not just saying that just because I worked there. I loved the toasted tea cakes even before I worked there. I just loved them so much. They're so good. Had a lovely catch up with them, and then me and my ex-colleague left my ex-colleague's fiance and her ex-colleague to have a catch up, while me and my ex-colleague went off and had a look around the chai shop. And I also got some flower starts from the shop. Can't speak. I also got some starts from the flower shop that might be moving to a different part of the high street, so I was like, hopefully it's not closing, and then they're like, nope, we're here for the long haul, which is good. It was their 3rd birthday the other day. I can't believe it's been open for 3 years already. 3 years of me going in and taking lots of flower snacks. I just love it in there. I go in there most days, and I'm going to show you guys the flower snacks that I got from there now. I did say to my mate, I said, you don't have to come in with me, you could like wait back there at my workplace with your fiance and settle down while I take the flower starts. And he's like, no, so it's all good. And he's just asking me about my favourite flowers and stuff, and about certain flowers and stuff, which is really sweet of him. We then went and had a look around some more of the charge shops, and then went off to the little coffee shop down the bottom of the high street, which I always love going into, and I had a gingerbread hot chocolate, and the lady on the till I used to work with and knows my ex-colleague, and they were having a nice catch up, and she was like, your usual, which is a gingerbread hot chocolate, which is very sweet like me, and he was like, yeah, I'll have that. I said, are you sure? But he really liked it, which was good, and we just sat and chatted for ages, and then he had to go to the gym at 3, so it got to like 2:50ish, and I was like, you can make a move if you want. And I was meeting my best mate and my other mate up at Coffee One, so we finished, and he then walked up there with me, and then he went off to go get ready and go to the gym. I got called by my best mate while I was in the coffee shop with my mate just as he was leaving, and I tried to put him on speaker so the shopkeeper could say hi to my best mate, and I accidentally hung up because I'm so bad at technology with an old man. So of course me and my mate and my ex-colleagues, 2 of my ex-colleagues, one who worked in the coffee place and one who I was on the catch up with, were both laughing, and I thought, oh god, so embarrassing. So I called up my other best mate who I was meeting up with Coffee One with, because I tried to call my best mate Matt up and he wasn't picking up because I think he was trying to get hold of me, so I called Erica instead, and I told them to meet me in Hawks, in Coffee One. So I went into Coffee One got myself a bit of not a bit of cat cake, I was going to get a bit of cat cake. I got a bit of Victoria sponge cake and a caramel frappe, and I'm going to show you a photo of that now. I absolutely loved the caramel frappes and a bit of Vicky sponge. I then waited, and then Matt and Erica turned up, and Erica was just like, well, so I was like, I said to be inside. So they got the memo because they came in the end, got their bit of cake and coffee. I think they had like a latte, iced latte kind of thing. I just stuck to the caramel frappe, which lots of cream, which I love. And then I was just watching my TikTok off my phone that I'd done, and it was blown up. I was like, oh my god, look at this, it's insane. I had like 40 messages, loads of notifications, so I showed them, and yeah, we had a really nice catch up, lots of fun, lots of laughs, always do. Mainly me talking, and like, god, don't need to talk a lot. But yeah, it was good, and it was good catch up with them. I then had to make a move, so I said goodbye to them, and I made my way down to my grandparents' house where my mum was, and I checked in on my grandparents and gave them some homemade marmalade that my ex-colleague Beth, who works in Bristol Coffee Co., the coffee place that I'd gone to with my ex-colleague Tom, she'd given it to me because one of her regulars makes homemade marmalade, so she gave me some because one of your lot will want it. So I gave that to my grandma and grampy, and then I stayed there for a bit, had a hot cross bun and a cup of tea while there. I also popped into my colleague Jenny's house next door. She's such a babe. I love Jenny, she's so lovely, and we got on really well. And I then came home, watched the Aussie soaps and Escape the Country, and did some drawing and colouring in. And then for tea we had chicken curry, which was so good. I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. Then my younger sister had work that evening, so she was dropped to work. I was then just listening to some music, doing a bit of colouring in, working some new illustrations, and then my older brother was back from work, and younger brother too, and then my older brother had gone off to rugby training. I got into my PJs and got ready to watch the Aussie and UK soaps and just chill for the rest of the evening, when I got messaged by Erica, and they're like, yeah, me and Matt are going off to the pub down the road, do you want to join? So I was like, yeah, sure, okay. So I had to then get changed back into my clothes and get ready to go down, and I'm glad I did because it was a really good catch up down at the pub. I just had a J2O, had some peanuts and some pork scratchings because I love a good pork scratching, and then we were just having a good chin wag. I then called it a night, got back, watched the Aussie and UK soaps, first writing my journal. I put that away, had some cereal, and then I was just sorting out my Blueset doll, read a bit more of All the Boys I Loved Before too, and then I went off to bed. And my younger sister was back from work, Audra was back from being at rugby, and I had them come in, but I was absolutely zonked. I actually had such a great night's sleep. I then got up for my Friday, which is today. I have a split shift, so I did 10 till 3, and I'm doing 6 till close. So I got up, got showered and changed, ready for work, had some breakfast, listened to a bit of music. My younger sister was asleep, she didn't start till 12. Older brother and sister and younger brother were at work already. My dad was at work and then was going off to do something down at my grandparents' house, like some DIY or something. And my mum was asleep because she's got really bad legs at the moment. I think she's got a bit of arthritis in her legs, so she's seeing the doctor next week because it's literally really painful. So she hadn't slept very well. So in the end, I locked up and I walked to work instead of getting her up and getting her to drive me in. So I got to work, clocked in, and was serving food and drinks, cleaning tables, doing some food and drink orders and bill taking, and it was quite chilled, quite quiet. And then at 12 o'clock, bam, it literally was so busy. I was like, where are all these people coming from? But it's really good. I didn't make any mistakes, I didn't drop anything, I didn't spill anything, which is really good because my younger sister started at 12 and she's my supervisor, so she's my boss. But I thought it'd be awkward, but it was great. We worked really well together, and yeah, it was really good. and yeah, it was a really nice shift. It was really sunny as well, and then for some reason someone obviously thought it'd be funny out in the little courtyard where you can sit to have your drinks and food. Someone had put obviously had it, there was a sugar part there, and they put loads of sugar cubes all over the floor. So because I went around with a cap and picked them all up, hopefully I've got them all now, because I was like, is this it's a mess, and people be trotting it all through into the restaurant, and I don't really want that. So I was sort of nosed out, saw a few people I knew. I saw a lad I went to primary school and secondary school with, who I used to live next door to when I first moved to where I live now. So I chatted with him and his mum, and then I finished at 3. I got clocked off, got my bag and coat. My younger sister finishes at 6. She finishes when I go back to work, so we're like be crossing over. And I then got myself a Greggs lunch, and I was going to walk home, but my new shoes had rubbed my toe, so my toe was very sore, so I was limping a bit, which was very annoying. So instead of walking home, I got my dad to pick me up. I got back home, got changed, took my shoes off, and my toe was bleeding, so I got plaster on that. So I was like, great. It was hurting when I walked to work, but I just thought it's because they're new shoes, and I just got to get used to them. So yeah, normally they don't normally hurt that much. So yeah, that's a bit annoying, but it's definitely feeling a lot better than it was, which is good. And then I had my Greggs lunch, listened to a bit of music, did some TikToks and draft days, and tomorrow I'm not working till 4:30. I'm doing 4:30 till close. So tomorrow daytime I can just relax, which I'm looking forward to. My older brother's back from work, and my dad received some biscuits for doing a disco, so we tucked into those, and they are very nice. My mum and younger brother are currently down at my grandparents' house. My younger brother hadn't seen my grandma and grandpa for a while, as he's been super busy, so we went down to check in on them. And I am now off to go and watch the Aussie soaps, and then just write a bit more of my journal, listen to a bit of music, and then just chill before getting ready to go off back to work, doing 6 till close. And it's going to be a busy one, as we have a booking of a party, having just some drinks, and there's going to be about 40 of them, so that's going to be fun. We'll get through it, and then I'm not working till tomorrow evening, 4:30 till close, so at least I get a nice lie-in tomorrow. My mum and younger brother are now back from being down at my grandparents' house, and my older brother's girlfriend is coming over to stay over, and then they're going off tomorrow to watch my older brother play rugby. My older brother's girlfriend and our older sister are going to watch my older brother play rugby, and I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm probably just going to chill, not anything too busy, because I've got work in the evening, so I'll probably just want to be relaxing. And yeah, I am then, when I get back from work, going to have my tea, watch the UK soaps, and probably just chill and have a early night, because after dealing with 40 people serving drinks tonight, I'm going to be absolutely crackered. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week, all have a lovely rest of your Friday and a great weekend ahead, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.